I had very interesting work experience today. So I was brought in today to do inventory, right? As opposed to doing my normal job.
Well done,
Ooh.
Spyro. Keep up the
Big
good
lad.
work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some.
Just toast those enemies
Destiny?
and collect the treasure.
Destiny. I barely know her. Yeah, I got called in to do inventory, and this is the first time that I've gone in to work and brought, you know, like earbuds and stuff like that, so that I could like focus on doing inventories things, right? Because I spent the entire day counting, right? That's all that it was. And I ran into a surprising number of customers that were, you know, just like, he's got earbuds in and he's doing so. We're just gonna like let him be, you know. We'll ask somebody else for assistance, and it was like the nicest. Like, I've never had that happen before. Normally, I'm like very on top of things and like bugged all the time because I have all the answers, right? And I mean, I do my best to stay informed and give people like the best, you know, help I can and stuff like that while they're shopping where I'm at and stuff like that. But yeah, it was very strange. I've never had that happen before, where I just had customers that were like, you know what, he looks busy, which was extremely helpful, let me tell you, because there were definitely a lot of times where I was counting a lot of stuff and it's like, oh, there's 100 of those, there's 200 of those, and I've got to like input them all into the system, but you can only input in quantities no greater than 99. So I mean, it's not that big a deal, right? You just split it up and whatnot, whatever. But like, oh, it was this one. But like, if I'm counting and I'm at like 260 items, and of like the same item, and I'm out on the floor where the customers actually are, it is very nice to not have somebody coming over to me and asking me, so, you know, with the holidays coming up and, you know, blah blah blah, do you guys have any cranberries? Do you know where those are? You know. and I had another employee there who could totally do that too, right? But the issue is like that rat, he cannot for the life of him stay in our area of the store and do his stupid job, and it's not that hard of a job. He just cannot for the life of him sit there and actually be bothered to do it. So when he was in today, and so I get stuck, I guess, answering all of his questions too, because he doesn't know what's going on. Thankfully, though, he wasn't too annoying, wasn't too bothersome. He wasn't too, because he tried coming over and bothering me while I was counting stuff, and I was like, man, I'm in the zone, you don't want to be doing this. I had my coffee, I had my earbuds, listening to Distractable on the sales floor, not being bugged. That 7-hour day felt like it went by in like 3. So, ooh. So I can definitely say for certain, maybe don't listen to Distractable while driving a car. Because there are definitely points where I was like at work and I was like, you know, trying not to laugh But and I can imagine, especially like, you know, you live up in Canada like I do, and there's like ice, like black ice everywhere, and people are not slowing down for intersections. You know, keeping in control of your vehicle and stuff like that, pretty good. Maybe not the best idea to listen to Distractable, but you know, doing the most mind-numbing job imaginable, which is just mounting shit and then reorganizing it and putting it back on the shelf.
Huh? Oh. Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
Chef's kiss. Just absolute vibe. All around. Good vibes only were to be had by I. You know. Good vibes only. I'm having some of them spicy burps. So, I recently had the Coke came out with that spiced flavor, right? I'm pretty sure one of the flavors in it is raspberry. Right, it tastes like blue raspberry. That type of like fake raspberry flavoring. But I'm assuming that they're trying to mimic like that like spiced rum and Coke type flavor, which like I guess you can kind of do with raspberry, I guess a little bit, right? But it's like not perfect. But I cannot for the life of me tell what the other flavor is, and I don't think it's cinnamon. It doesn't. Unless it is, but it doesn't necessarily taste like cinnamon to me. I do dig me a spiced rum and Coke though, like for real. That is tight vibes. That is type shit. You know, hit me up with some Kraken Black, Kraken Gold. You know, I'm 26. I'm legal drinking age. Please don't drink while you're underage. I don't encourage underage drinking. Just prefacing. Because, you know, that's another weird thing.
Is that you, Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? Ever since you were a wee puff of smoke, we've known,
You've known...
I forget.
Just taking off with your explosive, that's fine. Yeah, growing up, you know, I was never a big drinker. I never understood drinking. Growing up in like high school and stuff like that. Because I never really liked the taste of it. And I kind of have like this, kind of like a faux pas, I guess, where I'm just like not interested in, you know, taking substances that just alters the way I think. You know, I don't like. I understand for some people it's like, yeah, it helps you loosen up and it helps with anxiety and stuff like that, especially when you're at a party and stuff like that. All good. Ouchie. Totally fine. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm better than people because I didn't drink in high school and stuff like that, right? What I'm getting at though is you don't need to have fun at a party, you know? I don't want to say like I was the dad of my friend group and stuff like that, but I definitely was like the you know, people are, somebody has smashed a bottle by accident. I'm gonna clean this up because everybody's, you know, like falling over otherwise, and I don't want anybody to get hurt, you know? And I'm of the right state of mind because I haven't been drinking. But yeah, I never found the need to. Like, I do now, which is whatever. I do casually, right? I like the taste of some drinks. You can't get certain tastes, right, without, you know, adding a bit of the ethanol in there, you know? wherever you get the ethanol from.
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders.
Man, it's
You
got a
are
rattle
good
tail.
glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
I was born to glide. Yeah, I didn't think that it was that big a deal. And I know for some people, like, yeah, sure, okay, maybe. With like I said, with like loosening up and stuff like that. But even still, if you have the right group of friends, because I definitely met people, and it was the strangest encounters I've ever had, right? Where it's like, you don't drink, you don't sound fun, you know? And it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not, their cup of tea. Sounds a little, toxic to me in a weird sort of way, where it's like, you don't want to give me a chance because I don't drink alcohol or whatever. I think I'm pretty cool, but yeah, I don't know. I do now, but I don't feel like anybody should feel like they have to in order to have a good time, because you really don't. It should be about the people that you're around. And for me and my friend group, I have like some of the most amazing friends. They don't care, and they have supported me the entire time. They supported me when I wanted to start drinking. I weirded some of them out because I went for so long without, and then all of a sudden it was like, you're what? You want a what? But yeah. So if you're in that situation and somebody's, trying to make you fucking feel bad or weird because you're not drinking or you're not smoking or you're whatever, like, that shit, I mean, people do it because they feel like they need to, or it's to help them loosen up and stuff like that, and it might be because they feel like they need to, or they need it to loosen up and whatnot, which sure, I'm not about to judge people for that, but to make somebody else feel bad though about it, like, I don't know. I personally received a lot of the "what, you think you're better than me" type shit, and you don't have to. I mean, the stuff isn't good for you. Like smoking in general, like whether it's vape, whether it's weed, whether it's other illicit stuff, whether it's cigarettes, whether it's, it's not good for you. I like my lungs personally, and I'm not really curious otherwise. But that is I guess a little bit of my drinking rant. And all the rant is you don't have to. You really don't. Oh, this bugger. Oh, this bugger. This bugger. He's got legs. Oop. He's got low. Got him. Got him. Damn, I'm doing pretty gnarly for time right now. I need to figure out how to get up here though. Gotta remember how we go about getting up here, because I'm pretty sure this is where the key is too, and I need that key to get that thing-tanger over there. Okay, so I need to get over there. Okay. And that's what the guy meant when he said be a good glider. I understand. Okay. Understand. Stand Pines. Gravity Falls. Let's talk about Gravity Falls. Did you all see that Bill Cipher book? That stuff is insane. I need to rewatch Gravity Falls, actually. Such a really good show. I was gonna say underrated. It's not. It really isn't. It's actually pretty well rated. So what the hey? No, what in the hello? It's been a long day today too. I got like 0 sleep last night. So, like I had sort of mentioned, oh, here we go. Like I had sort of mentioned, yeah, it was like really frigid. Like last night, it was like minus 35, maybe with the wind chill and stuff like that. For all you American fellows, let me conversion real quick for you. Okay, so imagine it's minus 22 Fahrenheit outside, right? That's kind of what it was like last night. And so, you know, our heater kicked in for the house and stuff like that, whatever. And, which is all tight, good shit, except for the fact that now, all of a sudden, I'm way too hot and can't sleep. So I have this problem. I don't know if anybody else suffers from this, but did I just fall off the edge?
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head.
Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled with a pinch of salt.
Like chicken. Okay, they put me back up. Okay. I have this problem where, like, if I get way too hot, like, I've gotten sick before. Like, my stomach is just like, you get hot, you get gross, and it's just no good times. And I've gotten sick right before for just being too hot. My body like runs hot. There was this time back in high school where I went outside and it had to have been like 3 Celsius outside. And I was out in like a t-shirt and jeans, just out there, and I had people in wind jackets like next to me going, you're like giving off heat. But what comes with that is I have problems sometimes when it comes to sleeping and stuff like that, because it just gets too hot and I just cannot. So, and that's what happened last night. Like, the heater kicked in, which was like great because it was so flippin' cold outside, but I couldn't sleep because now it was too hot in my house, and that's never fun. So, and then I had to be up at 6:30 so that I could be ready and willing and able to go to work and do accounting. So it was not fun. I'm running on very little sleep right now, but I'm panting a lot more because I'm running on 0 sleep. Some of my best rants come when I'm half awake. So maybe I'll do one more world if time allows. Yeah, I think I got time for that. At least one more. Where's the next one? Oh, Clifftown, right in front of me. Right in front of me. It's almost as if I played this game before and knew what I was doing. I totally know what I'm doing. Entering Clifftown. Hey, voila. Okay. Excuse me. Oh. So, when it comes to university, because I had mentioned going back and whatnot, correct? So, I think I'm going to be going back to going and getting my master's. But my experience at university was very different than I think I wanted. So, due to whatever circumstances and stuff like that and whatnot, I feel like I didn't, grow as much as of a person as I probably could have in high school, which is very unfortunate. But unfortunately, that also carried on into university. And like I said, like part of me wanting to do this YouTube channel and stuff like that was, screwing around with, doing things and just doing it, not thinking about it, getting some of that, conscious self-confidence from like here to like here. So that's pretty cool stuff. I want to know down in the comments, what was if you went to university or college, what was your guys' experience? And I'll tell you a little bit about mine. So I normally for like a baccalaureate degree, bachelor's degree, it you take like 4 years. And I got pretty lucky with the university that's in my hometown and
How's a
stuff like that.
dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember,
don't.
Spyro, flame won't work on metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the trick.
Oh, horns are mighty hollow. That it typically takes like 4 years, and excuse me. Just because I didn't want to be leaving university with like a ton of student debt if I could help it. Because my parents had like some money saved up for me and stuff, and I'm very fortunate and like love and appreciate them. Like that's amazing, and a lot of people don't necessarily, get that benefit when they're going to school. But so I got some of that, but then I also worked. And so I extended my degree to 6 years because I don't really mind being in school personally. The structure, going to classes, the changing every semester, stuff like that, all of that, completely fine by me. I'm not completely sure how to feel with doing graduate studies and having to like, help out and assist and teach and TA and maybe run a lab section, stuff like that, whatever. But getting back into the swing of it will be really good. But in my undergraduate degree, going and getting my bachelor's, I just did not party at all. I just wasn't interested, wasn't comfortable, wasn't necessarily comfortable with just meeting people. I have this, like I know deep down, right, that when you're like, when nobody really knows you, if you go up and talk to somebody and you're just like nice, you can just like do that, right? And normally people are, nice, and they might not want to talk to you, whatever. And if that's the case, they'll like probably just like be kind about it and yada yada, and just be like, okay, whatever, it's nice talking to you, blah blah blah, thank you for the conversation, and then like you move on, and then you just, that's where the conversation ends, right? But like, I, for the life of me, just could not do that in university. I had like this like internal, it's kind of a fear, I guess. I wouldn't say it's a phobia. Like I have a couple phobias, and none of them are like social related. But like, I just when I'm going to talk to somebody, I could be at like a going to grab coffee at Starbucks, right? And there could be just like a really nice, like, I don't have to be like interested in her or him or whoever, right? It's just a really nice person working the counter. I cannot talk to them regardless of like who they are, you know? Because part of me, like, deep down is like, you know, they're here to work and not talk to me. And I know that's like not a great like way to go about things, especially if you want to meet people, but like, I just can't for the life of me. It's the same thing, like I'm at work and I get like regular shoppers that come in and stuff like that, and they'll come over and they'll talk to me and I'm just like, why? You should be here to get groceries. Why are you like talking to me? Or I don't want to like go out of my way to like talk to them either, or like ask them how their day's doing, or like be a bother, because I'm like, you are here to shop. You're here to get your shit and leave, and me talking to you is like ruining that experience. It's not the most, you know, kosher fire way of going about things, but that's kind of how I was, and I still kind of am, and that's how I was in university. So even talking to people in my own class, for Christ's sakes, was so hard, because I was like, oh, you're just here to get your grades and move on. So yeah, I don't even think I've ever been to the bar that we have at my university, just because I didn't want to be a bother that much, you know? Which, like, in hindsight, it just feels stupid, you know? So I'm gonna, you know, do my best to not be that way with graduate studies and stuff like that. I can only do so good and whatnot, but, because that is stepping out of my comfort zone and stuff like that. But, the point being is, yeah, I want to know what, if you went to university, what was your relationship with school like? Because I never really had problems. Like my grades were always pretty good. I enjoyed going to classes, enjoyed getting out, I enjoyed, you know, when I did start meeting people from my classes, I did enjoy getting out and talking to them and stuff like that. And it like got me out of the house and it was something to do, and I didn't find it overly stressful. Except for like exams. I god awful at exams. My anxiety just
the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here.
when it comes to exams. I've made myself sick before,
over there.
like worrying about exams, even though you can really only study so hard, and then you deal with it, right? It just goes from there. If things weren't clicking, things weren't clicking. If you needed help, should have asked for it, right? Easier said than done, but like, because sometimes professors don't care. But I am now under the impression of like, you can only do so much, right? Because that's just sort of how it is. You can only do so much. And that should be my outlook when trying to meet new people and stuff like that too, right? You can only do so much, you know, trying to impress people and talk to people and yada yada whatever. Because some people just, you show up and they're like, nope. No matter what you do, they're just not receptive, which is fine. That's totally within their right. It's just kind of unfortunate, you know? But I think I'm a pretty cool guy. I mean, I cosplay and shit like that. I like nerdy stuff. I watch anime. I play video games. I like the MCU, except for like recent MCU, you know? Like, I grew up on Spider-Man. Spider-Man's like the guy. He's the GOAT, you know? And I feel like it's pretty lame if y'all don't want to be friends with a guy like this. But, yeah, that's sort of how I was. So, yeah, I don't think I necessarily capitalized on university as good as I could have. Other than, you know, going and getting my degree and spending $35,000 on it. So, anyways, I think I'm going to cut this video here, or this recording here. This recording is probably going to be split up into a couple episodes. I'm not going to, I can't do the hour-and-a-half episodes. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you like my content. Feel free to leave a like, drop a comment with, you know, what was your university experience like? Maybe you have some suggestions as to stuff that I could maybe eventually pick up on the channel, or something that, like, you've noticed in terms of quality that I could, you know, update or fix, or something like that. And if you have nothing else to comment on somebody else's comment, and at the very least, just say something along the lines of, I hope you're having a great day, and take care. And we'll spread, you know, good vibes across YouTube that way, right? Because that's all I want. If I ever get attention from these, all I want is good vibes, you know? Spread positivity. I mean, I don't have a large audience. If I did, I would love to do, you know, charity live streams and stuff like that. That would be an insane undertaking, and I would love to do that. I don't have the audience for that, so let's spread positivity in other ways. Take care, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye-bye.